This is Go Tell It on the Mountain in the key of D. I hope you love this one. It brings back a lot of childhood memories for me. As always, you can click on the description of the video, and I do have the printable chord sheet that you can print out, follow along with me. All right, so let's take a look at the major chords in this song. We have D, A, and then we have E. And then we also have an A7 that I'm going to throw in there for you. It'll just kind of add a little fun thing in verse 1, 2, and 3. All right, so let's take a look at those chords. We have D, F sharp, A, which makes up our D major chord. And you can look at that as like a triangle shape if that helps you. White, black, white notes, okay? All right, A chord is A, C sharp, E. That is a triangle as well, okay? And then we have an E chord, E, G sharp, B. You guessed it, triangle again. Okay, so if you can kind of like hold your hand in that shape, here's a D chord, hold that shape, move down to the A, hold that shape, move up to the E. You have the 3 major chords, okay? Let's look at that A, and then we have an A7, and all you're gonna do is move this thumb down 1 whole note to play the G, and it sounds a little funky by itself, but I'll show you when we go from the A7. See how that kind of hangs it out into suspension? It kind of like, yeah, it just kind of sounds like it's hanging out there and it needs to be brought back. So the D will bring it back, okay, when we get into the next verse. Okay, so those are the only chords we have, D, A, E, and then our A7. Okay, so let's take a look at the left hand. We're just going to play single notes with our left hand. We're going to play single D with our D chord. Then we could do A single note, E single note. And then when we play that A7, let's play A7, move that thumb open. We're just going to play a single note here. It's going to sound a little funky here, but I like the sound actually. All right, so the rhythm that we could do to bring the 2 hands together is like this. Together, right, together, right, together, right, together, right. See that nice marching rhythm? Practice that on the A. A7. Nice marching rhythm. Okay, let's add in some vocals in the chorus and you'll see how it sounds bringing everything together. Okay, so we're on the D. Go tell it on the mountain. Move to the A. Over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain. That A, D. Pretty simple, okay? So you're just doing that nice marching rhythm. Together, right, together, right, together, right, and so on. Let's look in verse 1, okay? While shepherds kept their watching o'er silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens, there, here comes that E chord, shone a holy A light. See why I threw that A7 in there? Kind of sounds cool. So we go light. Go tell it on the mountain. A. Over the hills and D. D. A. D. Verse 2. The shepherds feared and trembled when A, D rang out the angel chorus that D hailed our Savior's birth. Okay, so I'm going to just break it down into that last line there, that rang out angel chorus that hailed our Savior's birth. Rang out the angel chorus A-D. See, pretty simple. That Jesus Christ is born. I'm going to play it beginning to end. Here we go. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. While shepherds kept their watching o'er silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. The shepherds feared and trembled when low above the earth rang out the angel chorus that hailed our Savior's birth. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Down in a lowly manger the humble Christ was born, and brought us God's salvation that blessed Christmas morn. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Go tell it on the mountain,